Well, hello, Billy Diamond here of Branding for Entertainers, and I want to show you how to apply basically a decal to just about any prop you might have. And in this case, we just have a rigid piece of PVC plastic, but you could also do it on something like this, which is a vinyl backdrop. So we have our sticker or our decal, and we want to apply it, and we want to get it just right. Sometimes this happens where you want to integrate it with your backdrop because you changed your website or your email or I'm not your email, but your website, whatever, phone number, whatever. Okay, so let me just show you how to do this. This is what we call in the sign world as a wet application. Okay, so we're not going to overcomplicate this by any means, but I do want to show you. If you have a printed vinyl sign, it's really important that you skip this step. Do not use alcohol on it, okay? So in this case, though, I have a rare piece or a raw piece of PVC plastic. So in this case, I might clean this with the alcohol and wipe it off, which we'll do. And let's just do that right now. We'll just do that really quick, just so you can see. Once again, just to reiterate, while I clean this, if you have a printed piece of vinyl backdrop, do not use the alcohol on that backdrop. You can actually deteriorate the actual printing of that, and you don't want it to be faded, and you don't want to come back and blame me. So, but in this case, this piece of raw material that we have, we're going to go ahead and apply this. So what do you do if you have this? Well, all you have to do, just make sure it's clean. Chances are it's probably already clean, but if it's not, and by the way, you know, this is a little hard to apply because there's nothing behind it unless you have somebody pushing behind there for you. The easiest thing to do is to be able to get in a position where you lay this down on the floor and you have a flat surface that you can work on, okay? So, here's what we're going to do. For this, instead of the alcohol, just take a little bit, just take a washcloth, just like you're washing dishes, a little bit of soap on it, give it a good wipe. I'm not doing this because I don't want to ruin this particular gentleman's backdrop, but just give it a good wipe and let it go. You don't have to worry about drying it off, okay? In fact, this is here again what we call wet application. So I wish I could show you really how you need to position this and what you would do, but we're just going to do it right here and pretend this is a backdrop that's already printed just like this. All you're going to do is get yourself a spray bottle and you're going to mix a little bit, or I'm sorry, you're going to fill it with water. Then you're going to mix about 2 or 3 drops of dish detergent. If you have baby shampoo, that's even better. And then you just take about 3 or 4 drops of alcohol. And this isn't even necessary if you don't have the alcohol, that's fine. Now I use something in the shop here called a Rapid Tack, which is the best stuff in the world because not only is it a cleaning agent, but it also allows you to position things exactly where you need to do it. Okay? So, you know, if you have a really massive label, like really big, this can become a little bit problematic. But here's the thing about using the wet method is it allows you to position this thing and go as you go. Have you ever tried to actually put a decal on something and you realize, oh my gosh, I got air bubbles, I got all kinds of stuff, I got bubbles, and it's like the old contact paper from the 1970s, and it's like it just looks horrible if you don't know how to do it. Well, I'm going to teach you how to do it. So anyhow, you don't even have to have the Rapid Tack. Do what I said about filling something like this, a spray bottle or a mist bottle, with water and just a couple drops of dish detergent, or here again, even better, a little bit of baby shampoo if you have that. And here again, when I say a little bit, I mean just like 3 little dots. That's it. Okay? So in this case, I'm just going to squirt this. Now I already cleaned it, but we're going to clean it once again. And I'm just going to go over it. And by the way, this stuff is actually safe on vinyl. Rapid Tack is safe on it. Chances are you probably don't have Rapid Tack because I'm your sign guy. So I have it in my shop here, but you probably don't. And by the way, you can buy this in a little, like a 3-ounce or 2-ounce, something like that. Just a little mist thing. But Here again, I don't know that it's essential. And then all we're going to do is just give this a really little mist. That's it. Just a tiny mist. You saw that, right? And I'm just going to use this decal that I made for Sir Patrick the Magician. And here's what's cool. If I can get it to peel off here. That might be a trick in itself right on camera here. Well, that was quite the chore, but I finally got it to separate. And all we're going to do is, I'm just going to peel a little bit, like halfway back. And if you have a decal like this, it's longer or whatever, just go halfway. Don't peel the whole thing off, because you're going to run into struggles otherwise. So here's what we're going to do. So we have this misted, as I said. And what's great about this is you can line it up with your existing artwork. So if you had this and you wanted to go over that, and maybe Conrad was spelled wrong, right? And we have to make that correct. We can put that over that, and nobody would be any the wiser. But we have to line it up. Well, here's the great thing about having this little mist in between our substrate, whether that's the vinyl or this rigid plastic, is it allows us to kind of shift it. You can see how easy that is, right? And we can kind of shift it however we need. And then once we have it lined up, I'm not going to do anything with it yet, other than to say, okay, well, let's go ahead and pull this back and see if we got everything lined up. And of course, we don't have a print on here. I'm just pretending, obviously. But you could kind of position this however you need to position it, and then just kind of push it down. Now, I have a squeegee. Chances are you probably don't have a squeegee laying around your shop. And here's what you can do. Use your driver's license or a credit card. And this is not microfiber, so I don't advise it. But a microfiber cloth with your driver's license, and you can kind of just lightly go over this. But in this case, I have a squeegee that has some felt on it. Okay? Felt that. And all you're going to do is, once you go over it, you're basically pushing all the moisture out from underneath the label, and you'll be able to see that you have everything exactly lined up where you need to have it lined up. I can wipe away all the extra liquid, and that's basically it. It's that simple. So there you go. That is how to do a wet application of a decal, whether that is on a PVC or some sort of, it doesn't have to be PVC, but some sort of other rigid type of signage, or, here again, on a vinyl backdrop. Hope that helped you.
Should you ever find yourself in a position where you need to do something exactly like I've done on this how-to video, perhaps your website is changed, or you had a misspelling in a major printing and you cannot afford to necessarily replace the whole thing. This is a great little hack for you, and I can help you out personally because I specialize in printing, large format printing. So there you go. I hope this is helpful to you. Just reach out to me, let me know. Also, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm always here and I'm happy to help you. Again, my name's Billy Diamond of Branding for Entertainers.